Hey friends, I'm Brendan Bradley. I'm a strike captain at Paramount, and congratulations, we are 1 month into our strike effort. I thought this would be a good time to knowledge share what we've learned and how we run our different lots so we can make everything more efficient and positive for everybody. First and foremost, I understand that most of our delegation and orders are coming from our Strike Preparedness Committee, I believe that's what they call it, out of our headquarters office. This is run, I believe, by Leslie, Serena, Maggie, and many other dedicated, amazing staff members. And we really are focusing on two primary objectives: setup and safety. At Paramount, at least, setup seems to include all the infrastructure of our strike effort. That's the setting up and takedown of base camp, all of the supplies and check-ins that run out of that base camp, signing in members, handing out t-shirts, making sure the equipment and supplies like water and tables are stocked and maintained, wonderful teamsters that drop off trash management so we're not leaving behind a mess, and incredible on-site staff members that assist in that effort. Staff appears to have very specific protocols and preferences on how they want all of that run, and we can't drive any of that decision-making, so we really seek to support and enhance those efforts. Then it comes to safety. And this is where the volunteers really shine. Once again, staff has given us very specific protocols and guidelines on who is allowed to serve in these positions, and this comes from attending a legal Zoom and going through their volunteer sign-up process. With more information at sagafterstrike.org, mostly spearheaded by Serena and her team. This has led to some bottlenecking, and no system is perfect, but I want to take you through the Paramount onboarding process once they arrive to us. First, we've set up a Google document that's available to anyone with the URL that's a real-time repository of updates and information. If you want to make your own, you can go to File and Make a Copy. It's got our check-in address, our shifts, and some shortcuts to the contact list, the map of Paramount, what to bring, responsibilities. You get the gist. It has a welcome section right off the bat that lets people know what the expectations are, how they become a captain at Paramount based off of our current protocol, how to sign up on our weekly schedule sheet, and most importantly, how to download and join the Signal app, which is our only on-site communication tool. It's important to remember when designing this system that there's a third party that has been there before us, the WGA, who's been out there for over 100 days and learned how to leverage their own volunteer members. As of right now, we don't have the numbers to be able to replace or supersede their efforts, and therefore we really seek to enhance and support what they have already built. Because Paramount specifically has so many different gates with so many different personalities and quirks, we have a self-sign-up sheet that's based off of the original WGA sign-up. It's just a Google sheet that allows our volunteers to put in what shift and gate they prefer to work. We always reserve the right and ability to move people around based off of who shows up on the day. After all, we're all just volunteers and life happens. Back to our sign-up sheet, you'll notice a Do Not Edit Call Sheet tab at the very bottom. This is set up so that the night before, our virtual captain, Rebecca, can copy and paste. Then this call sheet goes out as an email around 7 o'clock to everyone who signed up for a shift the next day and who has provided us their email address. And it looks a little something like this. You'll notice that we have 3 key areas for information that update based off of the needs of the next day. We typically have a reminder that this is the call sheet and where to find it in the attachment. We have the location of where people need to arrive. And then we usually have a third important note that changes each day. You'll notice this is our trainee sign up, which you can see back on our weekly schedule for loop 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This allows us to intake 5 new volunteers at each and every shift, which is how we hope to scale up this effort. Going back to our email, for new trainees or even just walk-ups on the day, we can forward them the call sheet, and in the signature, we have a variety of information to immediately onboard them. First and foremost, the trainee circuits or loops. Loop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for the specific needs of Paramount, and I know that every lot is different, but basically we have 5 main gates that we need to train new trainees on, and they're all very different. So different people respond differently to them. When you first come to Paramount, we send you on a 30-minute loop at each and every gate. That way you can meet another strike captain, learn what that gate's all about, put in 30 minutes of time, figure out if it's a fit for you, and then move on to the next one. By the end of your first shift, you'll have experienced all that Paramount has to offer, and you can then self-sign up based off of the shift and the gate that you prefer. Back in the signature, we also have an immediate link to our welcome document, some quick reminders about what to bring to the picket line, and then immediate access to our Signal app and our Discord. I had actually never used Signal before, but it's what the Writers Guild was already using, and again, we are there to support and enhance their efforts. So we have a dedicated captain's thread that we allow every single trainee and captain to join, and then we make very clear that this is an output-only device. We actually encourage people to silence their notifications because it's going to buzz throughout the day. Our Signal app is really intended for our volunteers to be able to immediately reach our base camp or our lot captain, the person actually looking at the comms all day long, helping put out fires. Every morning we start with a huddle where we onboard any new trainees or go over everybody's gate assignment, and then go live on Instagram, introduce ourselves to the community, and do a big group cheer. When each trainee or captain arrives at their gate, they throw in the signal who they are, where they are, if there's water, and how many picketers are picketing. This means throughout the day we'll get an update on where everybody is and how everybody is. There is no other communication in this thread unless there's an emergency. That way there's an immediate direct pipeline back to base camp so that we can assign staff or myself or a lot captain or the closest volunteer to help assist in an emergency. These can be as simple as water runs, they can be medical emergencies, or unfortunately some traffic emergencies where cars try to run through pedestrians. Our protocol for this is to record the incident, get the license plate, get the driver, and then immediately send this information over to our legal representative. Going back to our Google document, we do have this warnings and traffic violations section where people can fill out a traffic violation or update on a problem they have encountered during their shift. For non-emergencies, we have a housekeeping section for requests or suggestions to allow staff to look over them, turn them orange when they are processing them, and then delete them when they have made whatever decision they have made about it. Finally, we exclusively use the Discord to blow off steam and have fun, which can range anywhere from posting photos of ourselves to making team bracelets to showing off our tan lines. Oh, and playfully starting fake beef with all the other lot captains. We are so grateful for everything that you all have done to bring this effort and meet this moment, and this is what we're doing at Paramount. So I look forward to what everybody else is doing in solidarity, and thanks for your time.